like I was saying, if you was to ask people, or do a Q&A right now, like I did on my job, and ask them, do you know that retarded holiday Valentine's Day go back to? Because you had dudes breaking their neck to run out their wits to get these women something, man. We're just gonna jump straight into the history. It says, Valentine's Day. The story of Valentine's Day and the story of his patron. Look at this guy, man. Hey, Demon.
Hey, agent.
Oh, you don't hear us?
Your agent?
Huh?
Yo, your agent? Excuse me. Your agent?
Pardon me?
Yeah, your agent? Agent. Like an undercover policeman?
Yeah, you don't hear it. Forget it. You didn't hear it.
What agent are you talking about?
Yeah, sure you're not. We're going to keep reading. It says, the story of Valentine's Day and the story of his patron. Some say shrouded in mystery. We do know. Hold on, let me get this thing. All right. We do know that February has been celebrated as a month of romance, and that St. Valentine's Day, as we know it today, contains vestiges of both Christian and ancient Roman tradition, which that is true. That is true. Because those Christians that set that up were pagans, okay? Starting from Constantine the Great. All them guys were sun worshippers. It says, as we know it today contains vestiges of both Christian and ancient Roman tradition. But who was St. Valentine and how did he become associated with this ancient rite? The Catholic Church recognizes at least 3 different saints named Valentine or Valentinus, all of whom are martyred. One legend contends that Valentine was a priest, which he was, who was serving during the 3rd century in Rome, when Emperor Claudius decided that single men made better soldiers than those with wives and families. He outlawed marriage for young men. Valentine, realizing the injustice of the decree, defied Claudius and continued to perform marriages for young lovers in secret. Gonna keep reading. When Valentine's actions were discovered, Claudius ordered that he be put to death. All right. Other stories suggest that Valentine may have been killed for attempting to help Christians escape harsh Roman prisons where they were often beaten and tortured. They said, now let me go to the Roman tradition. So a brief synopsis of it, they said that he tried to help soldiers get married because the king made a decree that single soldiers made the best soldiers. All right, so he went against the king's decree and he got put to death. That's St. Valentine, which I still don't know how you get a holiday out of that. Okay?
Hey, it is what it is in America.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
All right, no problem. No problem.
Okay.
All right.
So what you talking about?
Valentine's Day.
Okay. I'm not going to dispute that.
All right. I'm going to keep reading.
That's stupid.
Yeah. I'm going to keep reading though. Now this is the Roman tradition. That was a Christian tradition, which all these pagan holidays go back to the Byzantine Empire anyway. Easter, Christmas, goes back to ancient Babylon, the Romans, and then you had the Byzantine Empire that incorporated all them pagan traditions into Christianity. Because they were wicked as all goddamn hell, man. Alright, but let me keep reading. It says, while some believe that Valentine's Day is celebrated in the middle of February to commemorate the anniversary of Valentine's death or burial, which probably occurred around 270 AD, others claim the Christian church may have decided to place St. Valentine's feast day in the middle of February in effort to Christianize the pagan celebration of Lupercalia. celebrated at the ideas of February 15th. Lupercalia was a fertility festival dedicated to Faunus, the Roman god of agriculture, as well as the Roman founders Romulus and Remus, which they were Japhetic. To begin the festival, members of Luperci, an order of Roman priests, would gather at a sacred cave where the infants and Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome, were believed to have been cared by a she-wolf of Lupa. The priests would sacrifice a goat for fertility and a dog for purification. They would then strip the goat's hide into strips, dip them into sacrificial blood, and take to the streets gently, slapping both women and crop fields with goat hide. Far from being fearful, Roman women welcomed the touch of hides because it was believed to make them more fertile in the coming year. Later in the day, according to the legend, all the young women in the city would place their names in a big urn. The city's bachelors would choose a name and become paired for a year with this chosen woman. These matches were often ended in. So it started with Rome. It started with Rome, and they just put St. Valentine's name on the holiday. They found a similar event where he marrying women to single soldiers, but it really goes back to a pagan tradition in Rome. In the United States, Valentine is celebrated in Canada, Mexico, the United Kingdom, France, and Australia. Okay? Valentine's Day began to be popular, celebrated around the 17th century. By the middle of the 18th century, it was common in friends and lovers of all social classes to exchange small tokens of affections or handwritten notes by 1900 printed cards. So it's foolishness, man. Okay? It's all foolishness. That was a brief history on that madness. Now, we brothers in the knowledge and the truth, we don't got no business celebrating these things. Because the Most High is not with any of that. The Most High is not with these pagan traditions. Let me get a couple of scriptures.
I bet you that nigga talking about Waz got his woman some flowers, just like got the rosary beads in his crib.
There's Lakia. The scripture says, Amos chapter 5, verse 21. This is what the Most High said. He said, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. The Most High said he hates that. Because why? At the end of the day, they say it goes back to a fertility goddess. Where does that go back to? Ancient Babylon. The Queen of Babylon. All these pagan holidays, man. Putting these wicked ass women on a pedestal. Alright? And these women done had all kind of rods in them, man. And you buying us some goddamn chocolates. On some stupid holiday, man. We get a scripture. Oh, that's a good scripture too. Jeremiah chapter 44. Verse 18. It says, and since we left to burn off incense to the Queen of Heaven and to pour out drink offerings unto her, we have wanted all things and have been consumed by the sword and by the famine. You hear what them niggas said? That was Israel saying, since we stopped worshiping the Queen of Heaven, all these bad things are happening to us. And that same spirit exists today. That's why they hold up Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, all about worshiping these evil ass women, man. Putting these wicked ass women on a pedestal.
Matter of fact,
all right.
Matter of fact, I think it's coming up or it passed. I think I saw a couple of Mexicans with some roses and the Virgin Mary, you know, because they're heavy into that.
It says, straight up page. It says, Jeremiah, the 3rd chapter. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's wife, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again unto me, saith the Lord. So I'm going to read that again. It says, they say if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's wife, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? So what is the Bible referring woman to? The earth. Because what do you do? What does a farmer do to the earth? He plants his seed in it. Okay? So what does a man do to a woman? He plants his seed in that woman. Now the scripture says, after you do away with her, are you going to go back to that and she gets another man? Are you going to return back to that same woman? No, because the land is greatly polluted. So that goes to say that what? All these women in this society are polluted, man. Every last one of them are polluted. That's why Solomon said what? So all these women are wicked as hell, man. Okay? Scripture said it's none that doeth good.
That's right. And that's
so you got no business trying to worship these women or breaking your neck for these wicked ass women.
Yeah, the scripture this says men be falling out the wits of women, man.
All right, we're going to get that. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 25 to 26. Let me read. This is Solomon. And I applied mine heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom. Because we all know Solomon was the wisest king that ever lived. So he said he applied his heart to search out all wisdom and understanding. And reason of things. So you get logic from. And to know the wickedness of folly. Because that's what that holiday is about. Folly, man. Alright? It says, even of foolishness and madness. And I found more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets. Okay, it's just like Christmas too. You got a lot of these men not really into the holiday, but they do it to please these women. You got a lot of dudes become drug dealers and gangbangers to impress these women, man. A lot of dudes sell their soul in order to get these women. Because why? The Babylon in America done took on the same spirit of ancient Babylon, which is to worship the queen of Babylon. That's like all these Egyptologists talking about the black woman is God. How the hell the black woman could be God when the #1 killer of black people in this country is through the black woman through abortion? But she's your God or your power. Show you how simple you niggas are, man. All you niggas are simple as hell. Alright? It says, and I found more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands, who pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. That's why a lot of these men fell because of what? Women. The scripture give you prominent men that fell because they started going out their wits for women. Solomon, who wrote that scripture, was a prime example of that, following these heathen women. Samson, one of the strongest men that ever lived, fell because of why? Your hand blocking the light, huh?
Oh, sorry.
He fell why? Because why? He put his trust in women. Okay? And